Hey everyone, thank you for checking out Coffee People today. We hope to see you at our Coffee Smarter Live podcast featuring some great Coffee Smarter experts over the years. That's going to be Thursday night, April 9th at 6 p.m. at Coffee Cycle Roasting in Ocean Beach. It's kind of a thank you to the SoCal coffee industry who helped us get our start. We appreciate you and hope to see you there. And if not there, then let's share a cup of coffee at the World of Coffee Expo. Welcome to the Coffee People podcast.
Michael, nice
Ryan,
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We're here at Coffee Fest, New York, 2026. You have a coffee shop.
Yes.
What's the story? What's the name? Where is it? Why did you do it?
Name is Story and Soil Coffees in Hartford, Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in New York, but I went to college in Connecticut. I worked at my college cafe, and then I ran that cafe as a graduate assistant. I fell in love with coffee, got involved with the industry, had the opportunity to go to Origin, had an opportunity to judge at different events, and I got more and more involved, and I found out, the specific niche of coffee that I loved, and I ended up really enjoying the multi-roaster style of cafe.
Sure.
That was just really purposefully curating just incredible roasters from across the country and across the world. That was maybe focused a little more on like a Nordic approach. And so when I had the opportunity to open a cafe, the name came from, essentially, it's really difficult to name any business, not to mention a cafe. And so we wanted something that was going to be interesting, an instant hook. And Story and Soil came from initially a Bright Eyes album called Lifted, or Keep Your Ears to the Ground, The Stories in the Soil. And personally, I thought it fit because it spoke to the value chain of coffee, all the hands coffee goes through, truly appreciating all the labor and the work that goes into producing all of this incredible coffee that we get access to. And then also the intention in which roasters and buyers and then baristas at the end of that chain, we're able to be stewards of that product. And so from the very beginning, we always focused on very small roasters, those that we connected with as far as their quality, as well as just their sourcing practices, the kind of stories that they were telling, to allow us to then bring a great product and celebrate both the industry, but also our community. And so that's really the intention, I think, of any coffee shop. And we've been, grateful to do that for the last 8 years.
Connecticut. I've never been. One of the few states I haven't been to yet. I'm not sure why, actually. What is the coffee community like there? I mean, people know of cities like Portland's a coffee city. People think of New York as a coffee city. What's Connecticut?
So Connecticut right now is a very booming coffee city in that we have had in the greater Hartford region, we're in Hartford proper, we've had over 30 shops open in the last 5 years. The majority of those shops have opened in the last 3 years. And so we saw it really all from the very beginning. We were the first hyper specialty shop that opened in downtown Hartford.
Okay.
And, we were able to see the growth of both the clientele, but also just the local business ecosystem.
Okay.
At the point where we are now, we have our mayor calling Hartford the coffee capital of Connecticut.
Okay. That's cool.
Part of that came from like this boom of all these cafes opening within just this 1 mile radius. But also, Story and Soil, we were awarded one of the 100 best coffee shops in the world for the first time last year.
Congrats.
And we got it again this year, which is an awesome honor. Truly came out of nowhere initially.
They don't tell you up front you're up for this, or like what they're looking for?
So last year was the first year, and there was, unbeknownst to us, a nomination process, as well as a careful selection that then went through numerous different judges. And what they were doing is they were looking at just business practices, quality, hospitality, knowledge, general impact on the local coffee community, as well as the sort of presence it had in kind of the more kind of global presence. So it was an immense surprise when we saw it on social media. And then last April, we were told that we were on the list, and the award ceremony was in Madrid. Sadly, I wasn't able to go, but this year I was. So made that trip. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
True, first was Onyx Coffee Lab.
Okay.
Second was Tim Wendelboe.
Yeah.
On the list of top 20 is Arcane, which is this super small cafe that opened up in the city that just focuses on small estate Panamanian coffees. And so there's just truly an incredible mix of cafes, including those who I've looked up to, for the last 15 years that I've been in coffee, like Tim Wendelboe and Onyx.
Be a nice, just to see your name in that list is pretty cool, right?
It's an honor.
Yeah.
And so for the last year, we've really tried to live up to that. And for us, what that's meant is, improving the customer experience, truly investing in even better coffees, improving workflow practices, all that.
So that's actually a really good point, I think. Being on that list didn't make you feel like, oh, we're already doing it, we don't have to do anything else. It motivated you to get better.
Absolutely. Because, when I first opened, the model that I was going, we were the first, obviously. But in order to achieve coffee at a certain level, you need to invest in equipment. You need to invest in training.
Yeah.
You need to invest in truly spectacular but also expensive coffee. And so as a result, you need to run a good business so that you're reducing waste, you're building the kind of business culture that keeps talent, especially in a tiny city like Hartford, Connecticut.
Sure. Easy to jump from job to job if you're good at it.
Yeah. And also it's easy to lose folks to bigger cities, Boston, New York City. And so really always my focus was I love coffee. I love this industry. And I really value the relationships that I'm able to build through coffee. And I also love the experience of meeting people who are doing cool things and going, I can serve your coffee. Yeah. And so it's this mutual, of course it's symbiotic, but it's a mutual appreciation society, and so the better you do, the better they do. We have 2 hometown heroes. One of them is a longtime partner, my coffee mentor, Give Coffee. Okay. They're like 30 minutes from us in Canton. And the other one is Ilsa. They're in Canaan. And they've also blown up over the last 6 years. And they just have a fantastic roster of coffee, and they're always improving. And I love to be able to live up to all of the work that they're doing. And, I feel like enthusiasm in this industry can be infectious. And so if you're leading with this real love for this product and you're treating it like an accessible luxury, treat it like a luxury because it truly is. And if you speak to any coffee producer and anyone who's on the ground, they just want to know how people are appreciating and loving their coffee. And so, we're not exactly on that side of things, but being able to at least play some part in sharing these coffees is always been an honor for me. Even when I was a 18-year-old barista on my college campus, and it really has always been a passion project. And I really believe in leading with your heart. None of us do this for money. So, but you do need to have a solid financial foundation. Particularly when you're talking about the seasonality of coffee, making it through COVID, the wake of COVID.
So how long has Story and Soil been open?
We opened in 2017.
Oh, okay. Longer than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
Just ignorant of me not to ask that right up front. And to clarify, multi-roaster, you're serving coffees. When you're sourcing, do you have like trusted places that you go to try things, or are you like, no, I'm going to just open-ended, see what's available? And
I am
are you tasting and like serving what you like, or are you thinking this is what the customer likes?
Yes, I'm always serving what I see as I always start from a place of like non-negotiables. So the size of the business, the ratio of their size to the impact that they're having, how big is their team, do I have a good contact point, am I talking to a person, are we able to build some sort of foundation and relationship? That's always going to be sort of like the baseline, because I'm just a person. And I'm looking for great coffee, but I'm also looking to support businesses that are aligned with those values. And then I'm looking at who are they buying from, what are their buying practices, are they buying from them this year and the next year? Are they investing in the places that they're buying from? Do they have this gigantic portfolio? Or are they focused, and are they looking to grow along with certain partners? I know that you can't do that with everyone you buy from, but are you only buying from really big names, or are you also taking a chance on smaller producers that have something really great to offer? Are you only buying wash coffees? Are you only buying natural coffees? Are you trying your hands at different like hyper niche processes? Like, the menu for me is, I want to be able to have all those touch points. So when you're talking about like, sure, I have my preferences. I don't always want to drink a crazy co-fermented coffee, but those fly off the shelves. Yeah. And they're such a great touch point for the new specialty consumer to be able to tell a story of flavor and of innovation and really get them in. It used to be the natural Ethiopian coffee that blueberry really brought people in, and we still have that, but we can do that in a multitude of ways. And so, I want to bring in different processes, different producers, different origins, and have a selection that just really stands out and is fun. And then for me, I'm always getting new samples or discovering new things. And so there's so many small roasters from all over the world. Maybe it's harder to get stuff now with tariffs, and you don't know if DHL is going to lose it. But I love trying new coffees, and I love going around to different multi-roasters and seeing what they have on, and just tasting the coffee, bringing it home, seeing how they brew, how soluble they are, what their roasting style is.
That's my closing question for you. You're out of Hartford today. I'm assuming when you get a chance, you go to these other coffee shops. What do you order?
I will usually do a little flight situation. So I will get, if they have a pour-over menu, I will usually tend towards one of those options. I love filter, so sometimes I'll just get their batch. And then depending on the plans for the day, I'll also get a shot of espresso. Nice. And that's typically what I get. If I'm going with my wife, we'll probably get like a flat white and share like a little milky treat as well.
I love going to get coffee with my wife because she's always going to order something I wouldn't.
Yes.
But I get to try it.
Yeah.
And that's the best.
Yes. We have a big focus on seasonal kind of fun specialty drinks as well.
Yeah.
And we put so much effort into those, and it's normally not what I order. So when I go with a friend or my wife who's going to order them, I love it, because then it's like a reminder to me, like, oh, they've put a lot of effort into those drinks. You should probably try those as well.
Give them a shot.
Yeah.
Tell us again, how can we find Story and Soil, either in real life or online?
Sure. If you're driving through Connecticut, we're right off of Route 84. And if you want to find us online, we're on Instagram. We're very active on Instagram, usually sharing what's going on, a little behind the scenes. We usually have a lot of events. And yeah, we have a website, but...
But you're here in real life. I'm glad for it. Thank you for being on the Coffee People Pod. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Fun opportunity to talk.
That's it.
Thank you, dude. That was fun.
Yeah.